Welcome to Veteran Perspectives, and today we're going to get a veteran's perspective on how we can fix the education system. Let's get started. First, today's sponsor, it is me again, us. As you guys know, I do a bunch of affiliate product stuff, but we always want to plug our Etsy store. But in particular, today we are going to plug our mailing list. If you join the mailing list, which I will link below in the description on the podcast and the video, because I do a video podcast on YouTube as well. If you join the mailing list, you get a 25% off coupon to use on any purchase. Okay. And the $35, you will still get free shipping on any order, $35 or more, but you also get 25% off your order. Okay. And that's any order. So buy a bunch of shirts and mugs and stuff. Also, when you sign up for the mailing list, it's going to direct you to a store, a different store. Let me explain. This online store has two digital products that I have created. One is how to start your own Etsy store, and kind of more about the journey that Carrie and I have been through in starting our own Etsy store. It gives you links to tools that we have used personally, and kind of a breakdown. It gives you products that niches that you can potentially use or explore to start your own store. You could also look at and purchase a Pinterest tool that I have created. It's like a crash course to Pinterest, because I've gotten really big into Pinterest to help drive traffic to our Etsy store, as well as some of my other endeavors in affiliate marketing as well, driving traffic to my blogs, to my landing pages, and stuff like that as well. But it will direct you to that store, to those two digital products. Right now, I do have them on sale for $9 and $7. Normally, they're $17 and I think $20. But I do have those on sale right now. If you guys are interested, if you're looking to get into the online game, as far as e-commerce, I am huge into e-commerce. It's obviously kind of slowly turning into my life, but those are the mailing list will direct you to those. Don't freak out when that happens, okay? Because I know some people are like, "Oh my God, what is that?" But I want to warn you beforehand, it will do that. I would appreciate it if you guys check those out, share those with someone who might be interested, or if you're interested, purchase. They definitely help me out. I created them. Those are created by me. Okay, it's not taken from somewhere else and then resold, which I'm all about that business too. Reselling is a viable business strategy, but those are made by me. Okay, so I hope you guys definitely check those out. All right, let's get started. Education. We're coming back to education this week. It's been a hot minute since we've looked at education. In terms of correcting it, we're getting summer's winding down. I know my teachers are freaking out. We're already at the end of June, and here in Arizona, we go back to school at the beginning of August. So, so I know a lot of my teacher friends are starting to freak out. And you're prepping to go back to school. I know some of you guys are getting ready to go to some conferences, some PD stuff. So, it's starting to happen out here. I know some of my Midwest and East Coast buddies, a little bit different. You guys started summer a little bit later, but you guys are probably about halfway through your summer. But here in Arizona, it's about to go down. So I figured it was a perfect time to revisit some things as well as expand on some things. This is based off of my blog, which I will link in the description. Why Education Needs a Veteran's Perspective, Fixing a Broken System. As you guys know, I am a former educator, right? I taught for about I was a teacher for about 10 years and instructional coach for 2 years, although being an instructional coach, you're still a teacher. So I taught for about 13 years in that range. And then as you guys know, I was a disabled veteran the entire time, but some really bad toxic leadership triggered some things that I didn't know existed in terms of my PTSD and anxiety, led to some major depressive disorders, some panic disorders, things like that, that caused my PTSD to worsen. So bad leadership caused that to happen, right? Like I've been very, very honest about that. It forced me to leave the profession to focus on my mental health, right? And so now I sit in front of you today doing stuff like this, reevaluating my life at 43 years old. Been ups and downs, lots of downs. Recently, my VA claim was denied. Shocking, I know. So we're in the middle of an appeal. We've been talking to a lawyer on the side. Yeah, so there's been some good, there's been some bad, there's been some indifferent, there's been some growing, there's been some laughing, there's been a lot of crying, there's been some frustration, some anger, some smiles. But, we're trying over here. We're trying over here. The education system, though, is broken. We know that. Teachers, you know that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you know it. Okay? I believe that veterans and people that are currently serving in the military, because there are a lot of people in the reserves who are teachers, okay, have a unique perspective on things, right? That could lead to real fixes if the system listens. And that's one of the bigger problems, is the system doesn't listen. Okay? There are outdated methods that overstretch teachers. Okay? We're going to share out different things that are failing, revisit some things that are failing, but we're also going to talk about how we can rebuild. I am a solutions-oriented person. Those of you that know me know that to be a fact. Those of you that thought you were my friends or told me you were my friends and stopped talking to me when you found out a few things about me after I left education, know that to be a fact. Yeah, you know who you are. So we're going to talk about what's failing, how we can rebuild. We're going to draw on discipline. Teachers, you have to be a part of this. Being adaptable and being purposeful. And I will draw from my military experience here. So the problem, what's broken in education? It might be shorter to talk about what isn't broken, but I'll summarize. And again, this is coming directly from the blog. Okay? We are failing our kids in a variety of different ways. We're failing the kids that are higher academic achieving. We're failing our kids in the middle, and we're failing our kids at the bottom. As social studies teacher, I saw kids that were disengaged. So one size fits all. It's a one size fits all curriculum. Okay, didn't match individual learning styles. We talk about individualizing instruction, but then we standardize tests. Doesn't make sense at all in any way. Standardized tests dominate. It pushes rote memorization over critical thinking skills. It kills the curiosity of kids starting at a young age. Teachers are overworked and underpaid. We've talked about this. Okay. And for those of you that disagree with me on teachers being overworked and underpaid, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Because when teachers weren't teaching during COVID and your kids had to stay at home, what's the first thing you fucking cried about? Get the teachers back in school. Oh my God, I have to keep my kids at home? Come on now. 55% of teachers are considering quitting. That's from a national study done in 2022 from the National Education Association, the NEA. 55%. That number's probably gone up. As an instructional coach, personally, I've witnessed toxic leadership that ignore, and not just me. Now I'm removing myself. Okay? As best I can. Okay? Toxic leadership that ignores teacher input. Teachers are in the classroom every day. I have seen principals and assistant principals and leaders that have never stepped foot in a classroom. Like, as the leader. Of course, they've been teachers before. All principals are. Well, most. I've seen principals go entire days without going into a classroom. That's unacceptable, principals. That's unacceptable. Unless you are off campus or not at work on PTO, because you deserve PTO just like everyone else. You deserve self-care just like everyone else. Okay? Unless you are off campus at a district mandated event or you are on PTO, get your fucking ass in classrooms. Stop hiding in your goddamn offices. That kills schools. Principals hiding in offices is a 1960s and 70s bullshit way of thinking. Stop doing it. Stop it. Teachers, stop being afraid of your leadership being in your classroom. Get over it. Get over it. Classrooms are not a place to hide. They're a place to collaborate, learn, and work together. Principals, when you come into a classroom, don't stand in a corner and cross your arms and look and pretend to be intimidated, because A, you're not. B, you're not there to scare kids or scare teachers. Engage. Sit in a desk. Be a part of the lesson. Nothing drives me crazier than a principal who stays in their office when they don't have to. And my principal friends are, but I have this, and this to do. Shut up. What's your job? What's your job? You are the CEO of your school. Well, discipline this, discipline that. You have an assistant principal. So you're telling me you get to evaluation time and you've barely been in classrooms until it's time to evaluate? You don't know your teachers. Your teachers don't know you. How can you effectively evaluate? You can't. And that makes you toxic. It makes you untrustworthy. And it creates a negative culture. Get in classrooms. Teacher burnout, the educator burnout is a real thing. Teachers are given too many tasks that are not focused on educating kids. Period. That needs to be fixed immediately. Immediately. And now I hear everyone scream, but staffing this, staffing that, I don't give a fuck. Figure it out. State departments of education, figure it out. I bet if you raise wages, people will come. Be competitive. You're not special. This whole bullshit of teaching being a calling is over. Be competitive in the job market, and good people will come. As a dad, I worry about my own kids in public education because my kids are in public education. They're stuck in a system that doesn't prepare them for life's challenges. Schools lack the structure and the adaptability that I learned in the military. Now, I'm not advocating that we should have compulsory service in the military. I don't want a conscription thing. There's a reason why we're a volunteer service and should remain so. The system is failing students, parents, and teachers. Period. So let's talk about some solutions. Now that I've created this woe is us scenario. Personalized learning with adaptive tools. In the military, training adapts to individual strengths. Yes, there is team training, right? You have to be a cohesive unit. You have to work as one. But then leadership puts individuals in positions to succeed and to help the team. Why are we not doing that in education? Schools follow suit. Schools, y'all talk about all the time to individualize and personalize instruction. Here's your fucking chance. Here's your chance. Use tools like Canva Pro. Y'all have Canva and y'all love Canva to make shit look pretty. Use it to personalize. Interactive lessons. Tailor to individual student needs. Teachers can create engaging visuals or worksheets that can be tailored for individuals. I have some for sale on our Etsy shop, by the way. Just saying. Just saying. Schools should invest. A lot of schools are already investing in this, but there's no training for it. It's, oh, hey, we gave you Canva, make things pretty for when the board comes in, make it pretty. Stop it. Stop it. Stop fucking window dressing, man. It's dog and pony show bullshit. You want to individualize? Do it. Have actual meaningful PD where you come in with your roster, teachers, and look at strengths and weaknesses of all of your students and actually write down ways that you can individualize one lesson, one project. Hey, I think they would do well with this. This student excels at doing this. And create your tool to do that. That's individualization. You don't have to individualize every lesson. Just like in the military, you are not individualizing every activity. In schools, everyone has to learn how to read, right? That's the goal. That's what everyone has to do. How we get there can be individual. Teach life skills like resilience and problem solving. I know that the phrase life skills is a bad word in education. Knock it off. Knock it off. Whatever special education group said that life skills is a bad word, you're the problem. Because that's what happened. Oh, life skills is demeaning. Using that phrase is demeaning. No, we all need life skills. Every single one of us. We all need coping mechanisms. We all need self-reliant skills that allow us to survive. When I was in the Army, they drilled resilience, problem solving, working together, working alone sometimes. Hey, figure this shit out. You try to pass those on to your students, but they should come from the institution. And it shouldn't be based off of some government mandated bullshit. They should be real life skills. I taught seniors, not like senior citizens, although I would. I taught seniors in high school. They would graduate, they would be handed a diploma, and they wouldn't know how to do their taxes. They wouldn't know how to calculate simple and compound interest other than what they learned in their economics class. Life skills. Trade school options. Project-based learning where students tackle real-world problems. This can be done in any classroom that fits standards for those classrooms. Science classes do this all the time for big real-world problems like climate issues. And don't scream at me. Climate, we're not talking about that today. social studies classrooms. Why are we not saying, hey, you're graduating, you're entering the job market, list your skills, compare those skills to jobs that you want. Here are the percentage of jobs in different areas in the job market. How are you going to get a job? What do you have to do to get a job? And let them go. Let them figure it out. Real world application. Schools live in a fucking fantasy world that they think they're preparing kids for the real world. At this point, in June of 2025, if schools think they're preparing kids for the real world, they're living in a fantasy world. And I'm talking about institutions as a whole. There might be individual classrooms where the teacher is taking the initiative to engage kids in debate, right? To engage kids in talking about real world issues and problems. But that's not the norm. It's not. Empower teachers with better support. When I was in the Army, good leaders gave us troopers clear missions with the resources to execute those missions. Okay? Now, sometimes we didn't understand the mission or why we were doing it. That sometimes came later, right? But we were given the resources and the tools to accomplish that mission. Okay? Teachers need the same. Smaller class sizes, better pay, modern tools. I'm going to come back to Canva Pro. And there's a billion other tools. I'm just using Canva Pro because I use it a lot for other endeavors other than teaching, right? It could be Canva, it could be Adobe Premiere. If they want to make more videos or teach kids how to make videos, it could be DaVinci Resolve. If they want to teach kids how to edit videos, it could be DaVinci Resolve. It could be CapCut. It could be whatever product you can think of, a tool that they could integrate into their classroom that costs money. Schools should be providing, and they should be providing the training. Period. That would save time. It would also save energy. They should also provide mental health support for educators to prevent burnout. And no more of this, oh, self-care, take care of yourself. Self-care is a buzzword in education, and y'all fucking know it. Y'all know it. Principals, stop telling your teachers self-care and then getting pissed off when they take a day off. Like, oh my God, we had to find you a sub. Yeah, no shit. They took a fucking day off. Why weren't you in the classroom? Why weren't you the sub that day? The amount of times I've heard principals say, I remember when I was in the classroom. Well, you could have been in the classroom yesterday when I had to take a day off because I was having a fucking panic attack. Why don't you remember how to be a teacher and take over my class for 4 hours? Because I decided to wait until a Wednesday, a half day, to have a panic attack. So I didn't have to miss a whole day of instruction. That's a reality for a lot of teachers. Stop using self-care as a weapon. Leaders, stop weaponizing self-care. It's ugly. It's gross. Here's one that'll piss a lot of people off, and I'm all about pissing people off. Integrate AI thoughtfully. AI is not going anywhere. It's not. So you might as well embrace it, and you might as well integrate it into your classroom because your students are using it when you ain't looking anyway. AI can enhance education. It doesn't replace teachers. We did a podcast about teachers aren't babysitters. Tools like AI-driven tutoring apps which exist already. And why aren't teachers developing an app like this? Teachers who are smarter than me, because there's so many of you, why aren't you making tutoring apps? Why aren't you hopping on ChatGPT saying, hey ChatGPT, or hey Grok, can you give me the code to make a tutoring app for K through 3 math? Please integrate these standards and give the standards for your, for your state or national standards or whatever you want to give it. It will spit out code for you. There are free app makers on the internet. Then you just need to monetize that app. You're welcome for that idea. Teachers should be making that shit. Make money. All about y'all making money. Then you can integrate that app into your classroom. You can individualize the use of that app. Like, hey, this student or this group of students is struggling with this particular standard. I want you guys to go here on the app. I want you guys to do problems 3, 5, and 7, and then come see me, and we're going to look at your process. That's individualizing. You just identified issues that students are having, gave them a task, and then you're going to discuss that task. Schools, districts, states, boards, you need to embrace AI. You need to set up training mechanisms to use AI effectively in the classroom, ensuring it serves student needs. Last time I checked, you all exist to serve the needs of the student. As a dad and a former educator, I want my kids, my own babies, in classrooms where tech amplifies human connection, not diminishes it. We could use tech and still talk to each other. What the hell do you think I'm doing right now? So why it matters. Okay, those are my solutions. Again, as a veteran, dad, former educator, it's not just critiquing education, which I will forever do. It's about finding solutions. Okay, I'm fighting for a system that prepares my own kids for life. One day, if I'm still alive, my grandkids for life, right? I want the system to be better for them. Hell, I want the system to be better for kids down the street I don't even fucking know. Because that makes society better. The military taught me to solve problems under pressure. 12 years in education showed me where schools fail. Toxic leadership pushes me out, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop advocating for change. Personalization, life skills, teacher support, smart use for AI. I'll say that again. Personalization, life skills, teacher support, smart AI use can rebuild education into something veterans, parents, and students can believe in. And that is where I'm going to leave my end of the conversation and push it out to you. What are your ideas for fixing schools? Share your thoughts in the comments. You can even comment on the blog as well. I'm going to leave the post, the blog post. Please subscribe. It's free. But you can comment on the blog. You can comment on the podcast, the video podcast, or the podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio. Hey, we're on Apple now too. Yay, we're on Apple. we're on Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we're there now. So spread my podcast to the world. I need to get paid. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys now, because I am not the end all be all. I have a unique perspective, a different perspective, but that doesn't make mine the only perspective. I want to hear from you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please check out the JK Prints and Gifts mailing list. Remember, 25% off, sign up for the mailing list, and you will get access to the store with our with the 2 digital products you can purchase for your step-by-step Etsy print-on-demand guide that you can purchase if you're looking to start your own Etsy store, or you can purchase a Pinterest crash course, which also, I did not mention this earlier, it does have 20 editable templates that you could use for Pinterest that I have created myself that you will get access to on purchase. That one is $7. The Pinterest crash course is $7, and the Etsy step-by-step print-on-demand guide is $9. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I would love to know your thoughts. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Keep exploring, keep learning, have a good one.